Welcome back, my home cooks and chefs. You guys, you see what we got going on. You can have soul food without having some collard greens. So we're gonna make some southern collard greens, you guys. Let's get into it. All right, so I'm about to run through these ingredients that we're gonna do with our collard greens, southern collard greens. All right, we got 2 large chopped up rough onions. We have 4 to 5 strips of bacon chopped up. We have 1.5 tablespoons of bouillon, or you can use 4 to 6, cups of chicken bouillon. All right, we have 8 chopped up garlic, 2 tablespoons of red pepper flakes. We got your ham shank, gotta have smoked ham shank. And this is something extra. You don't have to do it. Well, like I said, flavor is your friend. So I got about 1/2 cup of bell peppers. So you can do whatever you want to do with that. Just adds a little cover and flavor. So all right, you guys, I'm about to assemble this and start hooking up the pot liquor and getting these greens together. So let's get to that. I'm going to show you how I cut up my greens. And before I clean them, I cut the stems off. I'm not going to cut them up, in circles yet until I clean them off. I just want to cut out the stem. Pretty easy and simple way. So, I'm going to get ready to finish up. It's pretty much, easy to do. You don't want the stem because it's too woodsy. Some people do add stem in there, but you see I'm cutting it up to where the softer part of the stem is. That's like up here in this area. So you already cut a lot of pieces off. So for those that's wondering, if you want to cook them yourself. Now you don't have to. They got them so easy now. You can actually, buy the greens by the bag that's already clean and do it. So if y'all decide to get the bag, you guys can skip over to the part where I start, flavoring it up. Add all the little seasoning and stuff like that. I just wanted to show how to cut them up. This is how I cut them up. Everybody does them in various different ways. This is just how I was taught to cut it up, to get the stem out. And I'm gonna wash it. Now some people wash it and then cut, but I like to do it, get the cutting part out the way, so I don't have to have another step that I have to do. So let me finish chopping these up. I'm gonna wash them up and we can get over to flavor them and season them up, getting the pot liquor boiled. All right, you guys, so I'm gonna show you how to chop it up. Chop it up. Just grab a batch of it. Just finish washing them. So what you do is, it's a roll up method. Cut the stems off and everything like that. Roll up method. Now you can roll it up real tight, it's up to you. But now, it just depends on how thick you want it. You can chop it thin, you can chop it thick. It's up to you. But this is all it is. Just cutting it up. We'll put this in the pot. Now I'm just chopping it up so I can make sure I get everything to show you how to chop it up. What I do normally, if it looks like this, I mean it's done right. So I normally split it down the middle. So you do another chop because I don't like it too thick, That's it. And just put them all in. Now I'm not cooking it. I'm just putting it in the pot and finish chopping them up. All right, you guys. So let's get to starting up this, pot liquor. So get about, just add in your bacon. you know, preferably if you want to get some smoked bacon, always goes good. Now I'm using this. Some people put oil in there. You know what I'm saying? What's the best thing to use is bacon's own oil. And then add in your onions. So let it do its thing. Like I said, those are not, you know, don't worry about it being chunky. They're gonna wither down as long as, you know, the time goes on when you actually cook down the collard greens. So add in next your aromatics, which is your garlic. And I'm gonna add in the rest of the ingredients when we add the water. So I'm gonna let this do its thing, brown up a little bit. I'm not gonna brown too much. I just want the bacon get to rendering down. Then put a little fat in here, and then we're gonna get over to the next ingredients to add into the pot liquor. Oh, and I did forget, don't forget to add in your red bell peppers, you guys. So make sure you add in the red bell pepper. The house stew goes along with it. Add in your 4 cups of water. Mix all the ingredients in. You know, so scratch a little bacon at the bottom of the pot. Make sure everything is all in. Next, we're gonna add in your 1.5 tablespoons of bouillon. Now, mind you don't have to have this step. You got if you have chicken broth. That's just because, you know, right now offhand I don't have chicken broth. So that's what, you know, that's what it is. So if you do use chicken broth, read the label because you could over salt it, stuff like that. So that was 1.5 tablespoons to 4 cups of water. So you see what I'm saying? You can, you can put too much in there. Next, add your red pepper flakes in there. So mix it all in there. And we're gonna let this simmer and do its thing before we add in the greens, you know, to everything. So I'm gonna let it come to a boil. And then we're gonna add in the greens when it gets ready. All right, so now, you know, we got a little boil on here. We're gonna throw our ham shanks up in here. I know y'all didn't think I forgot about that. Now this will help, you know what I'm saying, get it tenderized, you know what I'm saying, by doing that. And then don't forget to add, you know, black pepper to your liking. Add some black pepper. That was about 2 teaspoons of black pepper. Mix all the ingredients around. See, guys, I wish y'all could smell this, all this flavor up in here. Now, we're gonna be adding in our collard greens. Now you see I didn't add my my meat in after I put this in there, because, you know, I would have probably had a hard time trying to put it in here. So put all of it in here as much as you can. Pretty much everything can actually fit up in here. And mind you, it's not a lot because it's gonna render down. So right now it might look like a lot, but it's not. You know, for those that know, you know. And that's why I use this pot, because it has a heavy lid and it pushes it down for me. All right, you guys. So we get ready to put this back in. And then one thing about greens, it makes its own liquid too at the same time. So remember that. Don't put too much in here. You don't want a soupy greens. See how it fluffed up? See, guys? Good to have a Dutch oven, you guys. Heavy duty, you know, top is heavy, and it's doing its thing. So I'm gonna let it boil, put the temperature on medium, and let it do its thing. And I'll come back probably about a good 30 minutes to an hour to see if it needed water or needed any flavor, or you know, test out the juice to see if it needed tweaking anything. But all right, you guys. So I'll see you back in an hour. All right, you guys. So we see, told you it was gonna whistle down. It's been about a good hour, you know, on medium. What I'm gonna do, this is a this is a little notch up on flavor. Like I said, butter is my favorite. So just add in about a half a stick of butter. You know what I'm saying? And you can do unsalted. This is unsalted because I don't want it to be salty. And add about 3 tablespoons, 3 teaspoons of cider vinegar. Now, I don't always like to put vinegar in there. I actually add something else in there. Sometimes I add some Louisiana hot sauce because it's vinegary, but it has a little kick in the background. But I wanted that for those that, that like to add vinegar into theirs. And no, this does not have sugar in it. I don't know where that come from, but, some people do sugar in their greens. Nope, I don't do that. That's not how I was taught. But my grandmother, watching my mother, my beautiful, wonderful aunties, and just mix it in. See how it's already tenderized, stuff like that. So I'm gonna give it a little bit longer, then we're gonna plate it up and get to eating, guys. This goes great with hot water cornbread, just by itself alone. However you like to mix it up, but we're gonna let it finish doing this thing, trying to tenderize it, and taste as you go, you guys, because that's how you add in your salt to it. You don't want to overly salt it and everything like that. I'm just gonna let you know, do not overly salt this, because greens can get easily salted and it's hard to come back from overly salting it. So that's why you saw I didn't put as much seasoning in the beginning. I like to season it, towards the end. Speaking of seasoning, I'm gonna add a little garlic salt. So sprinkle in a little garlic salt. That's about it, you guys. That was probably no more than probably 2 teaspoons of garlic salt. And then at the end, because mind you, the ham hock has smoke and salt in it. Then the chicken has chicken bouillon has salt. So we want to not overly salt it. You can always, add salt, but you can't pull salt from there. So that's the key, you guys, to making some good southern collard greens. All right, so I'm gonna let it do its thing, and I will see you guys when I put this in the pot. We'll put it in a bowl. All right, you guys, so it's ready and it's plated up, you guys. Let me know what you think. Have you tried this recipe before? Like that. If you haven't, hopefully I made it simple enough for you guys. I'm your Chef KC, and if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, you guys. If you're not new, welcome on back, and I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me in the comments if you tried it, if you have any other methods of what you use in your greens. And also, too, for those that are vegans, you don't have to use any kind of meat in here, and you can still follow the same exact steps. All right, you guys, I make the ease into cooking, and I will see you in the next one.